ASHLYN Harris reveals lack of intimacy in marriage to ex ALI Krieger. ASHLYN Harris recently shared details about her struggles during her marriage to ex-partner ALI Krieger. The former USWNT star, 39, spoke candidly on the Monday, November 25th, episode of the Naked Sports with Carrie Champion podcast, revealing that she and Krieger weren't intimate the entire part of their marriage. "I just felt like I wasn't a priority," Harris said. "I didn't feel that sense of connection, whether emotional or physical. It was soccer, job, kids. And then somewhere down the line it was like, okay, what about me?" Harris explained that being a touchy-feely person made the lack of intimacy especially difficult. "I could only give so much until you really have nothing left," she said, noting that she became very, very good at dissociating due to her ability to sit and suffer and prioritize others before herself. This tendency, she said, is what genuinely kept her in the marriage for as long as it lasted. She admitted to trying various ways to salvage the relationship, including suggesting an open marriage, which she described as not even her. "I felt so embarrassed and I felt so much shame that I didn't know how to tell people that, like, oh, my wife doesn't want to touch me, or doesn't want to be intimate, or doesn't want this," Harris said. When host Carrie Champion asked whether Krieger, 40, might dispute her perspective, Harris replied, "No, she can't say that because we weren't intimate the entire part of our marriage. So facts are just the facts. It is what it is." Harris and Krieger first met in 2010 while playing for the U.S. women's national soccer team. They announced their engagement in 2019, married later that year, and went on to adopt 2 children, daughter Sloan in 2021 and son Ocean in 2022. Harris filed for divorce in September 2023, with Krieger filing her own papers in December. Harris has since started a relationship with One Tree Hill star Sophia Bush, who separated from ex-husband Grant Hughes in August 2023. The two began dating in October and went public with their romance in April when Bush, 42, came out as queer in a Glamour cover story. Meanwhile, Krieger revealed during a February appearance on CBS's Kickin' It podcast that she's ready to explore new relationships, joking that she's opening up to 100% of the population, instead of 50%, at this time. But ALI has been seen with Scottish professional footballer, who plays for Bay FC of the NWSL, and formerly the Scotland national team, Jen Beattie. Until now, ALI Krieger hasn't talked about Harris's revelations. Carrie Champion says that breakups are not easy, especially a public breakup, and asked ASHLYN what was the biggest misconception, the biggest lie, the misinformation about the breakup that bothers her until to this day. Which ASHLYN responded that was the fact that she's constantly pegged as a cheater, which is so far from the truth, and ALI knows it. Harris shared that Krieger's passion for soccer and their children often eclipsed other aspects of their relationship, including their intimacy. She loved the game so much, and all she knew was how to sacrifice her life for the game. Then when you add children, which is a whole different layer. "I just felt like I wasn't a priority. I didn't feel that sense of connection, whether emotional or physical. It was soccer, job, kids. And then somewhere down the line it was like, okay, but like, what about me? What about me?" In a bid to salvage the marriage, Harris even suggested the possibility of an open relationship, though she admitted it was far from her true nature. "I started trying all these things, let's do an open marriage, and I'm like, that's just not even me, dude." Like a year before we officially called it quits. "That was like my last attempt of, if I'm not getting what I want, we want to keep this together, which is also the strains of the public I placed on you." Reflecting on the breakup, Harris spoke about the personal growth she's undergone in the past year, aided by therapy and a newfound sense of self-assurance. She described this period of her life as an age where you stop giving a f what people think of you, adding, "A lot of the backlash I received last year was projected trauma, the projection that people have based on their own scars. It's not my burden to carry." What's your take on ASHLYN Harris's statements? Do you agree with her perspective? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the backlash she faced was more about people projecting their own traumas? Let's start a conversation. Comment your opinions and share this video to hear what others think too. I'm good with the decisions I've made. Do I always get it right? No. But I continue to wake up every day and choose to be excellent. Harris explained that during her marriage, she often prioritized others over herself, which prolonged the relationship despite its struggles. That's what my therapist knew right away. It was my ability to sit and suffer. My ability to serve other people before my own wants and needs, which I genuinely think probably kept me in that marriage for as long as it did, she said. The lack of intimacy was especially difficult for Harris, as a self-described touchy-feely person. By the time she filed for divorce, the couple had already been living apart for months. The public reaction to their breakup, and the subsequent online backlash, was one of the most challenging experiences Harris has faced. Despite this, she emphasized her commitment to maintaining respect for Krieger. I would never want to torch her reputation, and no matter how painful this process has been, I know I stand in my integrity, and it will not make me feel better by hurting her. I want her to be happy. I want nothing but the best for her. I care about her genuinely. There is a reason we chose to have children together. There's a reason we were together for a decade. Some relationships just don't work, and that's okay. Harris also addressed her feelings after reading Krieger's Self magazine interview, admitting it left her hurt. Her therapist helped her come to terms with the situation, telling her, "This is Ali's experience, and you can't change that. She's allowed to grieve this way. If this is her truth, this is her truth. But if she would have saw you and your side, you wouldn't be in the position that you are. Stop expecting to be seen and heard. That's the reason why you're not together anymore." Harris concluded by acknowledging that she and Krieger had fundamentally different perspectives throughout their relationship. "We're going to have two versions of this that are going to be very different. And she's never going to be okay with my version, and I'm never going to be okay with hers. But we never spoke the same language, which is how we got here." Harris shared that during her marriage, she became very, very good at disassociating. Describing herself as a team player, she admitted she struggled to prioritize her own needs, saying, "And that's what my therapist knew right away. It was my ability to sit and suffer. My ability to serve other people before my own wants and needs, which I genuinely think probably kept me in that marriage for as long as it did." Curious about Ali Krieger's side of the story? Check out another video on our channel where we dive into her perspective. Don't forget to comment and share your thoughts. It's very important. Ali Krieger learned that her ex ASHLYN Harris had filed for divorce while she was at practice. "My entire team gathered for a dance party the night the news broke. I'll never forget that moment," Krieger shared. "I learned about it while training. It hit me hard. I was devastated when I stepped off the field into the locker room, promptly canceling a uniform fitting and press conference scheduled for later that day.